Former President Jimmy Carter has died at 100 years old. Thanks for joining us here at 6:30. I'm Alex Dieterer. The Carter Center confirmed the 39th president died this afternoon at his home in Plains, Georgia. Jimmy Carter had been in hospice care for more than a year. At 100, he was the oldest living former American president. Carter came to Kentuckiana several times, including in 1979 while running for re-election. He only served one term, but his legacy was cemented after his presidency, working as a humanitarian. Doug Proffitt and editor Joe Federle have a look back on his life and that visit to Kentuckiana in 1979.
Mr. President, my name is Sean Contrell and I live right here in Bardstown. And what would the circumstances have to be before you ration gas should Congress give you their permission to do so?
Very good. Thank you. Good question. It will not be implemented. We'll put the rationing plant on the shelf as a standby, but we'll be ready.
And so our coverage began Tuesday, July 31st, 1979. The WHAS11 News team was live in Louisville and Bardstown, setting the stage. A lot at stake.
Good evening. I'm Jim Mitchell reporting live from Bardstown High School. Jimmy Carter, with his presidency on the line, has tried to come back to the people with the first of what he said will be many town meetings around the country.
Carter had canceled the Bardstown visit 3 weeks earlier, but then rescheduled. The Nelson County Chamber of Commerce sold out of the 2,000 Carter buttons for $1 apiece and $5 T-shirts with Carter's photo.
For over a block, he crossed and recrossed the street. Every face and sign along the parade route was friendly.
But before Bardstown, he touched down in Louisville and headed to southwest Jefferson County.
The president's helicopter, along with the choppers of the other VIPs and the press, are just now landing for their tour of the LG&E Cane Run Road power plant.
He was all smiles. On the inside, he looked ready for business with his suit coat off and shirt sleeves rolled up.
The country was in the middle of an energy crisis, and in a sign of how politics have changed, the Democratic president was pushing for coal.
To show on national news what he's been talking about for some time, a greater commitment to coal as a national energy source. Kirsty?
It was also an opportunity for the president to spread his message that in states like Kentucky, there is plenty of fuel to help make us energy independent of the OPEC oil cartel.
It's absolute folly for the United States to ship billions of dollars overseas each year to bring tankers of foreign oil to our shores, while beneath our feet, in your great state of Kentucky and others, lie more than 300 years of coal reserves just waiting to be mined and waiting to be used.
Our coverage pointed out the irony of Carter's visit to the LG&E plant in the polluted era of the 1970s.
He did not say, however, that this plant alone sends 3,000 tons of ash and dirt into the air every year and 250,000 tons of sulfur dioxide, even with the scrubbers.
I will not permit America to be forced to choose between breathing foul air and having our waters filthy on the one hand, or mortgaging our future to the OPEC oil cartel.
The president impressed this LG&E worker.
How did it make you feel overall?
Well, made me feel good. Being, close to a president, never had been that close to one before. And I was surprised at his size. I thought he was bigger than what he was.
The visit of the 39th president, a full day and one to remember in Kentucky.
His plane is on the runway at Standiford Field at this moment, ready to take off.
Meantime, in Bardstown, our Jim Mitchell got the final word from Gladys Razor of Bath County, Kentucky.
What happened when he came out?
Oh, when he came out, well, I was going to shake hands with him, so I had to cut the rope.
Was that necessary?
Oh, no, it wasn't necessary, and I did. I enjoyed it very much.
That's fine.
I think he's a wonderful man. If we, the people of the United States, would only stand behind him.
That was the summer of 1979. When the 1980 election came around that fall, Republican Ronald Reagan would beat Jimmy Carter in Kentucky by 20,000 votes. Reagan would also win solidly Democratic Louisville and Jefferson County. But in Nelson County, where the president spent that sweltering day in July, Jimmy Carter won by a big margin. In fact, like Gladys told our Jim Mitchell there, they loved him. With the WHAS 11 archives, Doug Proffitt, WHAS 11 News.
Tributes for the 39th president are already pouring in, including from Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. He posted, quote, "Jimmy Carter was a true American. He lived through his faith and values each and every day, lifting up his neighbors and serving our great country through kindness and compassion." And Senator Mitch McConnell shared this statement, saying in part, quote, "As Jimmy Carter is reunited with his beloved WHAS11, our thoughts and prayers are with their children, their grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, and the millions of Americans whose lives were touched by his service. We join them in mourning, but also in celebrating that Jimmy Carter is now reaping an eternal harvest in heaven," end quote. Right now on WHAS 11+, you can watch live coverage as we honor and remember President Jimmy Carter. Our sister station in Atlanta is interviewing family, friends, and former Naval Academy classmates. You can download the WHAS 11+ app wherever you get your apps. Well, it was a dreary day here across Kentuckiana, and the rain has slowly come to an end. WHAS 11 meteorologist Sam Gabrielli joins us now. Sam, it rained all night. How much did we eventually see?
We actually picked up well over an inch of rain, Alex, and interestingly enough, that actually did bring our total so far in 2024 to right at average. Before all the rain came through last night and this morning, we were actually sitting at 9/10 of an inch below normal year to date, and now officially we have seen more than normal rainfall in the 2024 timeframe. Here's actually a quick look at our current radar. We saw 1.3 inches of rain in Louisville, dating from back last night through the daytime hours today. We have a little bit of a band of some light showers just south of Leavenworth there, but take a look down to the south. There's areas where there's some lightning being detected down towards Glasgow and south of Munfordville. So if travel takes you into our central time locations going southbound on 65 this evening, look out for some areas of brief lightning down there. Wind speeds today, of course, tapering off a little bit more. We had that wind advisory that was in effect, but we're still dealing with a couple of sustained wind speeds between 10 to 20 miles an hour. So a little bit breezy as this low pressure passes through. We may see a couple more showers redevelop right around 8, 9 p.m. this evening, but I do think we're going to overall be clearing out and drying out as we get past midnight, setting up for a dry Monday. But Alex, I'm actually previewing some rainfall for New Year's Eve. I'll let you know if some of that rain is going to linger into New Year's Day coming up.
All right, thank you, Sam. And new tonight, 3 leaders in the Louisville community were honored tonight at Portland Memorial Baptist Church for their lifelong commitment to pursue equal opportunity and justices for all. WHAS 11's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Aspen Hester are at the celebration and share the message of the honored activists and leaders.
Here at the Portland Memorial Baptist Church, 3 iconic Louisville activists were honored in front of dozens of church attendees. They were celebrated for their contributions to Louisville, but they themselves spoke about what they want to see for the future of the city.
But the road is not going to be easy. But with the Lord's help, and as the hymn of the NAACP, let us march on till victory is won. Thank you.
Raul Cunningham was the former president of Louisville's NAACP. He was honored alongside labor leader Celeste Williams and community activist Ronna Matthews. Williams is the president of the A. Philip Randolph Institute here in Louisville, a labor rights nonprofit. And Matthews is a longtime civil rights activist and former chair of the Kentucky Alliance. In Louisville, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11, on your side.